you know that the one thing, if you start to get the opposition down, it's hard for the opposition as well. And Australia would have, copped a lot on the boundary, and that is an edge of, you look at the psychology side of playing the game. When you're in someone else's backyard and you've got the home crowd right on top of you, in your ear, reminding you of, maybe when you failed in the past there, or, that's what the Australians will experience. And the Aussies obviously come with a big reputation because they'd had the Ashes for probably well over a decade, but beating them in the one-day series actually buoyed us. And then we arrive in Edgbaston, and I remember a real humid, hot sunny morning, but it was humid as well. And I can't remember who won the toss, but we bowled, and it was, all of a sudden, bang, 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 the wickets are just starting to tumble, and we're kind of pinching ourselves, and the noise. I can remember Gough bowling, I think it was Blewett, off a no ball. And the crowd are up and everything, and then Goughy just turns around, shrugs his shoulders, runs in, next ball, snick, Nasser takes a good catch at third slip, and again, noise is up.
Well, that is the one they want. They want them all, mind you. But
Gough's next ball again hit the mark, but his joy was cut short by the umpire's call.
Oh, he's done it again, but it's a no ball.
Yeah, I just tried to get on with it. It was a big mistake, and I knew that. I was disappointed. I knew all the crowd were disappointed. But I know it sounds silly, I often do visualise the odd time what's going to happen the next ball, and I did say to myself, right, same ball and I'm going to get a wicket. I just had a feeling it was going to happen, and it did.
He said he's been bowling well for a long time.
Well done. Straight after not getting a wicket from the no ball, he's taken one with a brilliant diving catch. That is very, very good cricket.
We ended up going through them 100 and, I think they got just over 100, maybe 110, something like that. And we were batting. I'm trying to think. We were obviously batting on day one, but then we lost three. We lost 3 quick wickets in a way. I think we were 50 for 3.
Oh, that sounds as though there might be something there, but Steve Buckner doesn't need to offer his opinion because the batsman's on his way. That is good night, nurse. And that is Gillespie at his best.
I think I was 5, Nasser might have been 4, and we're sort of starting off. And I think it was one of those, certainly for me, everything went well for me early on. Some of the riskier shots which I tried to take on, in terms of trying to really counter-punch, came off. I remember the footage. They were missing someone in the gap. They either went 3 slips and 1 gully, or they may even have gone 2 slips and 2 gullies, but they went straight through for 4. Yeah, it's that little bit of luck. Whilst you're just setting, while you're setting into your innings, your footwork and everything, and picking up length is always the challenge when you're first going against good quick bowlers as well. And that was just that little break which you need sometimes. I remember taking a few pull shots on early as well, trying to hit McGrath off his length. And again, he always used to chunter. I mean, most of the time he was chuntering to himself, but it might appear that it's coming to you because he's looking at you. But I remember getting a good few pull shots away off him. And same with Kaspovic and Gillespie, getting some drives away. And the one thing about Edgbaston, generally once you beat the infield, they always felt that the outfield was so quick. Generally the outfields in England are quick once you go past the infield and everything. And then they had Bevan and Warne, both played as well. And as I said, Warne wasn't at his best, and we were able to pick him off. You know, I got a few cuts away off him and punched him off the back foot and felt really comfortable against him. And both Nasser and myself were actually complementing each other well, left and right hand. You know, it's always trickier for bowlers if you've got a left and a right hander going well. We run well together, which helped, which we can't say all the time throughout our career. But that partnership blossomed. Yeah, it really blossomed.
I think every fast bowler has a right to get something out of the pitch, and if you're 6'5" or 6'6" and you find the edge and somebody nicks it and you're good delivery, fine. But what we need then is a partnership. We got it. We got a magnificent partnership. That's some of the best batting. Whether you're Australian or English, you've got to admire the way that Thorpe and Hussain played.
And Nasser, I have to say, he'll probably say it's the best innings he's played. I mean, batting with him, I don't think it didn't look like from my end he made a mistake, you know, batting. And he's obviously, for all our rib tickling, you know, against each other, you know, he's been a good mate, you know, over the years and when we played, you know, together. He was slightly more intense than me. I was generally a little bit more like to have a bit of a joke and, you know, unwind in between overs and everything. But it was just great sort of fun batting with him. Very focused while we were, you know, going. And again, you know, the roar you could actually hear when your boundaries were coming off. Like I said, Edgbaston had it's a special place. I loved playing there. If you didn't play well there, you got stick. If you played well, you know, and the big stand off to the right as you come out, the Holly stand was up and it was noisy and the whole ground was noisy. Through that partnership, you know, I can almost instinctively you'd hear the ball go off the middle of the bat, it'd run away and you'd hear the roar.
Goes again, that's 4 more. Brings up 50 for Hussain, that's well played. That's Hussain giving Thorpe great support. England racing to 3 for 146. Full pitch, he finds a gap, he played that beautifully. It may not go for 4. Inside out he went, it's racing down the hill, it is 4. That was a superb cover drive to a leg spinner. Hussain gave himself some room and he glided the ball through the gabbard cover.
The partnership built and it built and it built, and you almost had to, you know, pinch yourself. You know, I think Warne, be fair to Warne, he was coming back from a little bit of a shoulder injury, and he didn't bowl that well, and we were able to get into him. And McGrath was, you know, a bit grumpy as well, you know, with the way he was trying to settle into his bowling in the series. So we were able to get on top of him as well, and Gillespie and Kaspovic again. Yeah, we're trying to find their way in the series. So it just felt like they were, whether they had an off day or we didn't allow them to get into their stride. But it was an incredible stand with Nass. I probably ended up giving it away. I should have gone on and got a double. But his knock was fantastic, and really set us up.
There it is, double 100. Warne tried him with the flipper and Nasser Hussain got it away behind point quite beautifully.
The crowd love it. Irving Rosenwater, our former statistician for Channel 9, will be having a glass of port tonight. Always has a glass of port when an England batsman makes 200. That's the 10th double century by an Englishman against Australia.
It was a decent pitch. It was a decent pitch though, and they came out and they batted exceptionally well. I think Taylor got 100, Blewett got 100, and they got past our score, and they were about 5 down. And I can remember a big wicket. I think Caddick got Steve Waugh out. That was a massive wicket. because he was just starting to grind out a lead. And like anything, I think when you're chasing a score of 150 in the last innings, when you've had such a big lead, then that sort of momentum shift within test matches can come up, and almost you can get edgy, chasing a low score. And I think we ended up having to chase about 120-ish, something like that. And Atherton and Stewart went out, all guns blazing actually, and then we knocked it off. I'm guessing we might have lost 1 wicket. Butch, I think, Butch was out, and Atherton and Stewart played fantastically well, and that was it. That was the first Test match, which couldn't have gone much better, for us as a team.